crypto legends, how is everybody doing? We can see a Bitcoin breaking out from this potential descending broadening wedge. As you can see, we are breaking the resistance from these lower highs. We actually broke above this kind of last lower high. It would be nice to see a breakout from this lower high over here at the 39.3k range. And the good thing about this breakout of this descending wedge, okay, I got another line here that I will explain. Okay, remember this was also a kind of a descending broadening wedge, or a descending channel right there, where we were getting supported here nicely until we broke down. This is also reacting as resistance right now. This is something that we need to pay close attention. It would be nice to get above that 39k levels, okay, 39.3 above this last lower high from this descending broadening wedge, because also we do have very big resistance at these current levels, guys. So stay super cautious. There might be a great scalping opportunity right now, and I'm going to explain which one. Okay, I am willing to take the risk. I'm going to wait patiently. Let's go here to the 15-minute chart. Let's get volume out, because I want to explain exactly what I am looking for here for my potential scalp position, day trade scalp. Okay, I think it would take about an hour or 2 hours till it reaches my profit or my stop loss. Okay, and you might think to yourself, okay, what is your scalp position? Where are you planning to enter? Well, we can clearly see here on the 15-minute, on the 5-minute, 30-minute, doesn't matter. Okay, on these low time frames, we do see this candle. It does have a nice spike in volume. I do like this volume. It is pretty nice. Now, we also have pretty good volume right over here with this candlestick, right? This is on the 15-minute chart. We do have resistance at this level. We do have resistance at this range, as you can see. If BTC in the next coming minutes retraces all the way down to this range, I would be interested and longing over here for a quick position all the way up here for a potential retest. Okay, now that is the thing. We do not know if we're going to break it on the retest or if we're going to create a double top. But in my personal opinion, it is worth the scalp right over here at this range at the 38.1, 38.3. That area is pretty good. We get some fib levels from the low to the highs. Now, you know, worst case scenario would be coming down to the $38,000, which is the 618, okay? With a little bit of volatility, you might get bounced from that region. Now, looking at the 382 fib level, it's at the 38.3. That's already starting to be a good area. So this is the buy zone, in my personal opinion. This is a risk that I am taking, okay? You do not need to take it. We might not retrace all the way down there. We might just go up, but you know the deal. If you are trading, you need to wait for the price to come to you. You do not chase the price. So I am waiting for those levels, see how we are going to react to that range. Volume is great here. I got this volume backing up my buy position. Okay, this candlestick, we got this one. It's kind of confirmed breakout. I do really like this volume. This is looking at the Bybit exchange. If we do retrace down there, I do have this resistance that should back me as support. I have this major candle that should also back me as support, so for a potential bounce. Okay, that is the day trade. This is why I'm doing a live stream, because we are seeing some pretty exciting momentum here on Bitcoin. Let's see what happens. Like I said, though, we are getting rejection. We might come down and have another attempt to break this area. Now, this area, if I zoom out here on the 1 hourly, you can see it is heavy resistance. We are still in a heavy downtrend, even though we are breaking out from these patterns. Okay, we need to watch out. Stay safe, guys. We got big resistance. This is why I have this orange box, because it's a range where the price has been trying to break, okay, in the past. So this is why, you know, this area, a lot of confluence around that area. So yeah, that is going to be the strategy. I'm going to do this on Prime XBT. I got my order here ready. Okay, it's at $38,000, or depending on how we react at those levels, I will be putting my limit order close to where the price is. Okay, that is my potential strategy. You might think to yourself, where would you put your stop loss? Well, a good stop loss, in my personal opinion, okay, for my trade would be behind that big major candle right over here with volume. All right, I have this candle right over there with this kind of volume behind this candle on the 15-minute should be more than enough, just in case you do get a massive big drop. Okay, so yeah, it's a one-to-one trade. It's a one-to-one scalp. You are risking one to gain one. Okay, this is a really risky one, but the probabilities on this playing out are much higher. So this is why it's a good trade to take, even though it's a one-to-one. The probabilities on getting a bounce at this region are pretty high. So let's see how we react to those levels. I wouldn't catch a falling knife with high volume. That would, yeah, I would step back for this potential trade. Let's see what happens, guys. Let me go through the comment section and say hello. We've got 200 people watching at this moment, only 35 likes. Yeah, if we do not get to 100 likes in the next 2 minutes, I will be ending the stream right away. We need to smash up the like button, guys. This helps the YouTube algorithm very, very much. So 200 watching, we need to have at least 100 likes, okay? So smash up that like button. Right, let's dive in here through the comment section first. I want to go through the S&P 500 because the S&P 500 also had, you know, this potential double bottom. We are getting some pretty good reactions at this level, not looking too bad at the moment. Let's see what happens. Now, this is not guaranteed that we're going to start pumping in the next coming days, all right, till Friday. Let's see what happens. So far so good. We are getting this reaction from this major level, so a potential double bottom is very possible also on the S&P 500, guys. Remember, there's a lot of fear in the world right now, a lot of fear with the markets, a lot of uncertainty, but when there's fear, you know the deal. Right, so we're going to take a look at some altcoins also. Let me just go through the comment section. Yo, OVD Crypto, how are you doing? How are you, Andy? I'm doing absolutely great. OVD Crypto, you also doing very well. Hello, Andy, mods, Crypto Maniacs. Dava, how are you? Mark, Dutch, and Dava here. Joseph, best moderators in the comment section. Thank you very much, guys, for joining. Ravanth, how are you doing? Right, right, let's take a look. Good morning, Bin Chicken, how are you doing? We going up finally. It could be that we are going up. We are seeing some bullish momentum. Like I said, you know, we're probably not going to have that retracement, and this is just going to go up, up, up. So yeah, maybe I'm not going to get into that scalp position because maybe Bitcoin is not going to give me that opportunity, right? I do see very, very good levels here, like I just mentioned at the beginning of the stream, at the 38.3, 38.2. It's a major level for a potential scalp. Will we get it? Will we get that opportunity? Let's see. We will find out in the next few minutes. We will crash tomorrow in a few days. Mark my words, says Slapped. Well, who knows? It's been crashing for a long time right now. It has been crashing for a long time. We've been crashing since November. How far down are we going to crash? We need some relief rallies, right? So, yeah, I think so. We're also talking about this scenario, guys. So far, good, because we can see, let me just go to the 4 hourly, this bat pattern. I mean, this one, it was looking pretty good. The bat pattern from this low over here, we have this consolidation, retracement down here, from low to high, to this low, to this high right over here, to this low. Okay, it was at the 88 with a little bit of volatility, and we could see the price of a Bitcoin. Like I said, this is a scenario that we were talking about on yesterday's video. Okay, we got this bat pattern over here. All the levels are looking good. with this potential bat pattern. And yeah, to invalidate this pattern, you need to fall below X. The X is right over here, and it is at 36.3, approximately 36.2. We just barely hit it with volatility. For this invalidation, obviously, it needs to break the lows. So, I mean, this is a risky trade. You imagine if you, yesterday we talked about this scenario. I didn't long it. I'm already in some swing longs and they are underwater, okay? But this was a great swing opportunity in my personal opinion, where you do, you know, your risk to reward is absolutely insane, because if you manage to detect the D here, okay, of this bat pattern, and you know that the potential targets is the 382 from the highs of the A to the low. 382 is first target, okay, 39.9. What's happening at 39.9? We got an insane big gap on the on the CME futures, sorry. So it's like, it's, you know, probabilities are really high from getting a bounce from this region. You got a bat pattern, you got insane amount of support at this range, you got a big gap here. It is time for a potential retracement. It is definitely worth the risk to potentially go all the way up there. Now, second target is the 618. 618 is at 42k. Yeah, I'm not too sure if we are going to arrive to those levels. Now, it will be very interesting to see how we react at this low 40k range, or slightly below, right, where we have this consolidation. It might be very difficult for the price of BTC to pump like crazy from there. Now we are seeing that bullish momentum right now. We didn't get that retracement. Yeah, cancel my order. It's just not going to come down. So yeah, no scalp here on this live. Guys, remember, if you are interested, PrimeXBT has got an insane bonus down below. You get 7% added to your deposit. Whatever you deposit, you get 7% added. You deposit $1,000, you're getting $70. You're getting $10,000. You're depositing $10,000, you get $700 worth of bonus. So yeah, it's definitely definitely worth getting that bonus, right? So it's another way to support the channel. It's up to $7,000. So if you deposit $100,000, you get $7,000 on top to trade with. Now we are seeing that bullish momentum here on Bitcoin. Like I said, yeah, we're not going. It looks like that we're not going to retrace. Let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. It would have been beautiful right there to have a little bit of a big retracement and then get in, guys. That was a major level here to get into scalp. It's just pumping and pumping right now. Let's see what is going to happen. Let me go through the comment section. Buenos días, Andy. David Mogollón, ¿cómo estás? Right, slapped. We will crash tomorrow. Okay, smash that like button, people. Dark Lord, thank you very much. I am looking for some dumpy action. Well, yeah, not for the moment. Like I said, we do have some very big bullish. I think we can pump all the way to the low 40k, just slightly below $40,000. It's very, very possible. It is true that 39,000 has a lot of support, has a lot of resistance, sorry. This orange box, we are slightly getting above this range. Above this range, we're slightly at the very, very, very top of this range. So trading right now, a lot of resistance. We have a lot of resistance. Let me go here through the comment section, say hello. Is there any altcoins that you guys want me to take a look at? And yeah, let's dive in here. Hello, darling. You look so tired today. It's the morning. It's morning here where I am. So yeah, I tried to comb my hair a little bit. I did wash my face, had my coffee, but yeah, it's not the afternoon here. So yeah, probably got still a sleepy face. Right, let me scroll down here through the comment section. Joseph, thank you for the insane support. Where is the stop loss? Where is the stop loss? Well, like I said, for that trade, which is, you know, it's already, I'm not interested in that trade right now because we're pumping above the high of volume. I've just explained where I would have put the stop loss here on this trade. it would have been right over here below this big major candle with volume. Okay, this amount of volume will be defended in a correction. You will get a reaction. Looking at the probabilities, it is highly probable that you will get that bounce from that region, okay, from this resistance. Big volume, big volume. This is classic technical analysis, right, where you break resistance and turn it into support. It's exactly what I'm expecting right there. I was expecting. Now price is pumping. Let's see what happens. Stop loss obviously would be below the big peak, right? So if you do have this kind of price action, like I said, if you do have this kind of price action and you have a breakout from this range and you bounce at the top here from this major resistance, stop loss would be below the biggest candle, looking at the 5-minute or 15-minute chart if you're scalping. So that would be the stop loss basically. Let's see what happens. I would potentially still look for that trade. If we do have a sharp correction right now and we consolidate, I think I'd still be happy to long that position if we do have that consolidation. If we fall aggressively from here, of course, I would wait for a stop. I would wait for a reaction, because the thing about having limit orders right there, you think, okay, this level is going to react. This is only looking at the probabilities. It doesn't mean it needs to react. If it does react to that level, I'm happy to long. That's why I don't have limit orders there. I have limit orders, but I'll put it down, I'll put it up, all depending on how aggressively we come down. Because if we go aggressively, this is the thing. If you have limit orders right there, you could have a big, massive red candle and slice through, and it will catch your limit order and it will catch your stop loss. I want to see a reaction, guys. This is the thing. Patience is key. Thank you, Andy. You're the best. You are the best. Duck, thank you for joining. Hi, Andy. How are you, my friend? Can you please explain that if BTC goes down to less than 30K, is it possible to most of altcoins wipe off? Are we going to lose our money? Please explain. Yeah, you only lose your money if you sell, right? But yeah, if Bitcoin goes below $30,000, if Bitcoin does go below $30,000, altcoins are going to get absolutely slaughtered. It's going to be a bloodbath. That is for sure. Now, I have a bunch of altcoins. I have Bitcoin. I have a bunch of altcoins, Ethereum in my portfolio. This is a long-term portfolio. My portfolio could 10x right now, and I probably won't take some profits because it's a long-term portfolio. There is a portfolio there that I've got that it's just there. I've seen it go up and down many times, and it's just there. So you don't lose money until you sell. So this is the thing with Bitcoin. I am still potentially believing that there is a possibility in the next coming months that Bitcoin will have bullish momentum. Remember, guys, expect the unexpected. A lot of bearish sentiment right now. A lot of people calling for sub $30,000, 25, 20K, even 10K levels. There is a lot of them out there. You guys must know. Expect the unexpected. I think people are forgetting the market cycle lengthening. The adoption is slowly and consistently growing. There is bear markets. These corrections are also taking longer. You can see this second cycle over here on Bitcoin from 2011 to 2013. This retracement took a few months, and then you had a massive big, massive big pump. What is happening right now with Bitcoin, that these retracements are also long, okay? If this was, 4 months, it might be 8-9 months right now. So from November, yeah, it might, we might be in this correction till April or till, or till May, and then potentially get a big, massive bounce. I don't know. That's my theory. It is possible, of course. I'm not saying that sub 30K is not possible. Of course it is. But there is a possibility on Bitcoin recovering, okay? How many people would be surprised if Bitcoin starts recovering here in the next coming months? I know a lot of people will be very surprised. Let's be realistic here. and just look at the probabilities and trade the probabilities, because I don't care. I don't really care. Of course, in the long term, I want Bitcoin and crypto to succeed. I have a big portfolio, but in the short term, I'm looking for trading opportunities on Prime XBT, on Bybit, and yeah, basically, like I said, it doesn't really matter where it goes. If you're a hodler, yeah, just you need to hold on tight. You're not going to lose money until you sell your crypto. You will be down. You'll be in the red. You'll be in the green. I've been in the red and green for many times. Back in 2018 and 2019, many times in the red, in the green. Right. Let's take a look. Can you do analysis on Bitcoin in the longer time frames? Yeah. Well, on the daily, we can take a look at the daily on the longer time frames. I'm still sticking to this right over here. Okay. It's pretty simple. We've had an aggressive correction right now, but it looks like that we do have the chance to create a higher low right there. There is a chance in creating a higher low. And if this happens, you know, there is a possibility that we might claim this lower high, right? Or this higher high, depending on how you look at it. Because it could be a higher high or it could be a lower high, depending on how you look at it. But this higher low is already looking pretty good. I've been talking about this now for over a couple of weeks, where we broke out from this lower high, and I think this is a possibility of a new uptrend. Now, this correction has been a little bit sharp, because at the beginning of a new uptrend, you potentially just correct a little bit and then start pumping like crazy. It wasn't the case here. This is why I'm in a swing trade. I'm a little bit underwater right now. It is fine. It's there. Swing trade, I don't pay too much attention. It is there. If it gets stops out, I'm more interested in the day trades here with the community. But yeah, taking a look at taking from the lows here, fib levels, we already, you know, that 618, even though we dipped below it, it's such an important level. 618, 0.65 right there. It's such a good level. This is why I've got this blue here. It's the most common retracement. It's the most common supported or resisted. Okay, depending if you're looking at it from a downtrend or an uptrend. It's such a strong level looking at Bitcoin always. You know, like I said, right over here from this downtrend, from this high to the lows, also fib levels from the low to the from the high to the low right there. Look how you hit that level perfectly. You come down. You know, there's so many examples. Zooming in right there, over here, fib level, this high, this low. Take a look at fib levels from the high to the low. You hit the 618 level. Okay, you have a little bit of volatility on top of it, but you come back down. It's such an important level. Now, guess what? From this potential new uptrend, if this were to be a higher low, you have hit that 618. You are getting resisted from it. Supported from it, sorry, and 618 right there. We are currently above it, so it's a possibility that you could see a major uptrend in the next coming days and the coming weeks. We've been talking about this yesterday, about this bullish scenario. We had the descending broadening wedge. So far looking okay. There is a lot of resistance above us. I would like to see the bulls stepping in the next coming hours, or in between today and tomorrow. After a potential retracement, they need to step in heavily right now with big volume, because there's big resistance above us. We got this descending broadening wedge, and we got the bat pattern. You're not going to see many people talking about this on YouTube, especially influencers. You know, harmonic patterns are really powerful right there. You do have a bat pattern right there. And this is very, very powerful. Now, this is aiming to the 39.9. That is the first target, which is from the A, like I explained, to the D right there. The 382 is around about $40,000. You know, I haven't, you know, made it perfect right now, but it's 39.9, $40,000 approximately. I do see that happening. I do see those levels being reached. Very, very likely. So the target of the descending broadening wedge is also the top of the wedge, or you could say the width of the wedge. It's approximately the same target. Okay, it is the top of the wedge right there. So it would be in between. It would be around about 40.5k also. So around those levels, if you were in long positions, it's definitely it might take hours, it might take a couple of days, but yeah, I wouldn't get too excited, because you could get heavily rejected here and roll back down. So yeah, that's my take on this. Looking at the higher time frames to the lower time frames, that is what I'm expecting here for BTC. What I do like a lot also, okay, you saying that take a look at the higher time frames here on Bitcoin, is this right over here. This is absolutely this is incredible. This is something that I didn't pay attention till yesterday, but we got these two big candles over here on the daily. It doesn't look, you can take a look at a Bitstamp, at Bybit, they're very similar volumes, but two big spikes in volumes. You got this kind of, you know, doji hammer, you know, just, it's not really, but you do have a massive wick there, and the body of the candle is just there at this red box. This is this big volume over here. This is going to defend this level. You are going to get the price of BTC reacting to this level at some, you know, some kind of form. And you are seeing it here, and you are seeing it here. It's a very, very strong volume. It is also, you know, the very end of this volume. So it's like the end of a massive sell-off. You need people selling, you know, making, you know, having a big sell-off below this range, if that makes any sense, because there's been so much of a sell-off at this level in between 40.8 and 36k that you do need a big amount of volume to break that down, that major support. I think there's a lot of buying interest below $40,000. So I think it's going to be very hard for Bitcoin to break successfully $36,000. You know, one reason, which is it's not enough, is this big volume though. One big reason is this big candle over here that is mainly bullish, because you get a massive big wick. This is by, you know, when you see a massive big wick like this, this is the bulls defending this level, and you can see it with this price action, you know. So it's definitely a major level right there. This is why the probabilities of bouncing from this range was so high, and we could come all the way up to 39.940k levels, which is around this region. You will start to see some big resistance at that range. Let's take a look at the comment section. We are going down to 34k. It's a fake out, says Ashish. I don't really care where it goes in the immediate short term. I want to try and get into some good opportunities. Let's take a look here. 1 second. Okay, let's take a look. Is it a big fake out? Because we might have some good shorting opportunities. Actually, we are getting heavily resistance right now from this level. Okay, we do have this level looking at the 1 hourly, and we do have this big major candles right there. We are getting resistance from this range right now. I wouldn't, but you can't say it's a big fake out. Come on, guys. I got people in the comment section saying it's going down to here, it's going up to here. Nobody knows where it's going. We need to go with probabilities, okay? You will never succeed as a trader if you're saying it's going to reach this level, it's going to go there. No, it can go anywhere. We need to react to these levels and find some opportunities. So, you know, major short of right here wouldn't be a bad idea in my personal opinion. But yeah, I wouldn't really short there, because yeah, if you take a look at the top around this range to the lows, we're basically breaking out all the fib levels. Important one, 618, 78. I think it's time for Bitcoin to have that relief rally. It's time. This is what you get when you have a descending broadening wedge. You get the price exhaustion. You get big bullish divergence on the 1 hourly, on the 4 hourly. They are playing out. This is a scenario that we talked about yesterday, where you do have lower lows and you do have higher lows on the RSI. It's playing out. RSI is continuing up and you're having that reaction on the price. I think higher levels is very, very likely on Bitcoin. What are we going to do? I think what we're going to do here is looking for shorting opportunities. If we do manage to reach 40K level, depending on how we react at the top of this descending broadening wedge, it's going to be very interesting. It's going to be very, very interesting. We've got nice consolidation here at just above 40K. This one right over here at 41K. It's going to be interesting how Bitcoin reacts to this range. I would be happy for looking for shorts. Textbook technical analysis. You drop, you retrace, you drop, you retrace. Where do you retrace to? To the last drop over here at this range. I would be careful though. I would be careful because I think a lot of people will be looking for shorts at this range. Right, let's take a look at the comment section. That was fast on the likes, 115. Right, let me scroll down here quickly in the comment section. Let me scroll down here quickly. Let's see. I've got a super chat here. Hello, Andy. I bought 1,000 NIA at 8.5. Do you think we get to $10? Right, let's take a look at NIA protocol. Let's do some TA here on NIA protocol. Let's have a look. Right. The thing about NIA protocol is that we have had a drop from this support level. Could this be a bearish fake out? I mean, $10 is on the way. I think a $10 is very, very likely. $10 is very, very likely. We're just hitting the strongest point of control now. It was going to be a little bit of a resistance right there. As you can see, there's a massive spike there on the VPVR. It might roll down and then come back up. But we will get, $10 is a major resistance. So if you are asking me here, thanks for the super chat, if NIA protocol is going to hit $10, I think it will. I'm not sure if it's going to get above $10 because it's heavy resistance. It's been, massive resistance here back in September of 2021 when it was doing that all-time high right there. So if you're planning on taking profits at $10, yeah, it wouldn't be a bad idea. Could it break up? Yes, of course. Could it roll down? Yes, there's a very high chance it will roll down at $10. But, just for a little bit of speculation here, what if this has just been a big, massive, kind of ABC correction, and this is ready to move up? Okay, let's take a look here at, this low, whoops. Are we potentially forming a massive descending wedge? Because you have this low over here, you have these lows over here. So is this kind of a big, massive descending wedge? And you are going to see some bullish momentum in the next coming weeks. It is also very, very possible, guys. Remember, we have been going down already for a few months, guys. We have been going down. Probabilities of having some bullish momentum right now is higher. It's like being bullish, at the very top of a range. You need to start being careful because you could start correcting. Well, the same the other way around. If you've been dropping for such a long time, watch out for some potential big bullish momentum. Yeah, I mean, NIA, basically, in a nutshell, NIA protocol, like you said, $10, I think yes. $10 will be reached in a few days potentially. We are hitting a big point of control right now. As you can see, this red horizontal line, it's the biggest volume that there is, range where the price has been trading. Okay, biggest volume right there at the $9.30 level, which is where we're currently trading. we could see a little bit of volatility, but I do see us climbing to $10. That's your main question. Hello, Andy. Are you, Henk? Hello, how are you doing? Are you still bullish for the remainder of 2022? Are the mid-cap altcoins still able to do a 10x this year? Of course they are. Of course they are. Yeah, they're very possible. Mid-cap coins, 10x, depending on what mid-caps. I would say from the top 20 or top 20, top 30. I would say more like a 2-3x or a 4x. Yeah, 10x it's a bit too much. Okay, we've had those massive x's, but yeah, a few x's can be done on the mid caps, especially Bitcoin. If we see this market cycle lengthening, okay, market cycle lengthening to the upside, it is also to the downside. Okay, we also see the corrections being longer, like I said. So if it was 4-month correction or 2-month correction back in the last cycles, it could be a 6-8 month correction, right? In these times. So yeah, I'm bullish. For my personal opinion, I am bullish for 2022. Okay, especially after this aggressive correction that we've been having for the last few months. But I don't really mind. I don't really care where it goes in the next few months. I'm here for the long term for my portfolio. I want to look for some good trading opportunities for day trading and for swing trading. Remember, on Bybit, you do get the best bonus available. You get 30% fee discount and you get up to $4,100 worth of bonus depending on what you deposit with my link down below. And this is my favorite swing trading platform. It's another way to support the channel. I get a small commission, of course, but you get the best bonus available. Prime XBT, you get 7% added to your deposit. It's absolutely insane. I got a full tutorial down below in the description also, so you can learn how to use this platform correctly. Okay, it's a full tutorial. It's over half an hour. I explain, the most important features here from the platform, so you can learn how to use it. Only for experienced traders. Be careful, don't get wrecked, and yeah, only risk an amount of money that you can afford to lose, because you need to practice a lot if you are new to trading. I know Phemex has a demo account. You can use Phemex and trade with a demo account, and once your trading book is profitable, you can start trading with real money if you are new, really. So I'm here for the tech, says Uncle Grandpa. Yeah, this is funny because there is a meme right now. There's a meme that says, okay, I forgot to sell my shitcoin at the very top of the trend. So, and it's crashed right now. So it looks like I'm here for the tech, right? I'm here for the long term. I'm a long-term investor right now because I forgot to sell my shitcoin at the top. Please take a look at the dominance. Is it going to drop? Let's take a look at the dominance. Long time since I haven't taken a look at the Bitcoin dominance. Let's have a quick look right now because it would be nice to see the dominance to go down actually. Let me just zoom out here. It could go as high as 44-45%. I think we're going to have big rejection from these lower highs. Trend line, it's forming like a descending triangle. I still think that the Bitcoin dominance will fall below 40% and will go down as low as 30% in the next coming months. It's not going to be tomorrow. It's not going to be next week. It might be in May. It might be in October. But in the next coming months, I do see that finally, break down from the Bitcoin dominance and going to 30%. This is what I think. A lot of people think that we are going to create a big, massive double bottom right here. I do see a lot of people thinking that we are forming a massive double bottom right there. We're going to have a big reversal on the Bitcoin dominance. I don't think so. Not yet. I don't think so. I think, quarter 2, 3, and 4 potentially are going to be bearish. We are going to follow this massive drop still. This is kind of a bear flag, right? There's a lot of good crypto projects out there, and I think that a lot of the dominance from Bitcoin will, you know, up to 10% of Bitcoin dominance will flow into altcoins. And 10% of Bitcoin dominance, you know, what is Bitcoin's market cap is $730 billion. So 10% of that would be 73 million. And if we see 73 billion going into altcoins, yeah, we're definitely going to see some kind of alt season, right? So that is my deal. I'm still sticking to this. In the immediate short term, I think Bitcoin dominance is really unpredictable in the immediate short term. You know, we did have a pop here from this ascending triangle, right? It popped to the upside. You can see that, you know, interest in Bitcoin and Bitcoin dominance. You know, a lot of people putting a lot of their altcoins into Bitcoin, changing their altcoins to Bitcoin. What is happening right now is that we're kind of getting supported here from this uptrend. Now, if this breaks down, we could see an aggressive fall. You're kind of getting held here by a thread from this uptrend. If this breaks down, we could see an interest in altcoins in the immediate short term. This is looking at the 1 hourly chart. So yeah, it's in the short term, it's very unpredictable, the Bitcoin dominance. Right. Hi, Andy. What do you think about Shiba Inu? I think they have an incredible team. They are looking to make big things with Shiba Inu. I think Shiba Inu will be something in the next coming years. It will be something. It's a community-driven meme coin, right? I know it has a big community. I know it. I think Shiba Inu will do well. I'm not really into meme coins, but I've done a little bit of research, not much, and what they are doing is pretty impressive. You know, you can do your own research. You can take a look at the SHIB Twitter account or go to the SHIB Telegram group, and it's pretty impressive. It looks like that, you know, it's gonna have a large community, and this will drive the price up in the next coming years. You know. So far, it looks a pretty good zone right over here. If we start making a bottom here, start seeing some bumpy action, and then it's going to be looking pretty interesting to buy here, because it looks like we could potentially bottom out at the, you know, this range in between 2 and 3 levels here on Shiba Inu. But yeah, like I said, I think it will do well. It's one of those meme coins that will do well because it does have a big community. And that's my personal opinion. Joseph, thank you very much, my man, for the insane support. Mark Dutch also, Dava, you guys are absolutely amazing. Andy, what do you think about Quant? I haven't done much research on Quant. Is that QNT? Quant QNT. Yeah, I know that I remember a lot of people suddenly talking about it. I didn't do any research myself. This is the only thing I have on the charts, and by the looks of things, we did hit this box that I did have from this major support that we did have, roll back down. So that was a shorting opportunity just right there to take profits at this consolidation area. All of the cryptos are looking very, very similar. We are looking to create a double bottom or a higher low right there, kind of double bottom. Okay. This could end up in a kind of an ascending triangle. Okay, it's not looking too bad. So far, so good. We are getting a good reaction here. We are printing a higher low. We do have big resistance. So my take here, if this does have a little bit of bullish momentum, we probably get rejected again, and you know, it continue this potential ascending triangle till we break up. So far, this is looking good. You know, when you are creating a higher low, a macro higher low from a big downtrend, you know, it's not looking too bad for a potential reversal. I mean, this one got absolutely crushed. This was trading at $420, went all the way down to $80. This one dropped Wow, this is over what is it, an 80% drop. I mean, this is like the lowest of a bear market. I know some altcoins go to 95%, but you know, 80% drop is already a massive drop. Hi Andy, ADA worth accumulating on this prices? I consider it's dead. You think it will eventually get back to $3 a mil? I think so. There's, you know, I think I'm not a Cardano fan, but I think Cardano will do well. You know, they are, you know, the insane team, developers. I think eventually it will succeed. You know, there's this African news on it. I think it's just taking a long time, but this is, you know, big projects, big crypto projects just take time. You know, there's a lot of promises. People want to promise you something. They want to make the marketing. They want to promise you something. And then sometimes they take a little bit of time to deliver. And this is what is happening to a lot of the altcoins and cryptos. So yeah, my take is that it will succeed. It will go back up to $3. The question is when. Will it be in the next coming months or in the next couple of years? This is the thing. So don't be scared on Cardano. These big blockchain projects will survive, and they are entering accumulation zone right now. So don't be scared. Solana, oh, please take a look at Solana, Andy. So let's take a look at Solana on the chart, see what's going on. I mean, it's looking pretty good. I like it. I like it because it's just been going down and down and down for a long time. We can see that we are getting defended here, right at this range. You didn't get defended here. You broke down. What happened? You broke down, you hit that resistance range, you got rejected. As you can see, you sliced it through easily. You got rejected, continue to the downside. What is happening right now is that we are potentially seeing a double bottom. It is still a little bit too soon. It's still a little bit too soon because this is just a first touch. We could go back down like this. But so far, it is defending. The bulls are defending this range on Solana. You can take a look at Matic Network also. It's making the same thing. It's this consolidation right there. It's the very end of this spike on the VPVR. We're just about, you know, getting to the lowest point right there. You are getting some exaggerated divergence, which means that you are flat at the lows. Exaggerated bullish divergence, and RSI is making higher lows. This is looking at the 4 hourly. This is exaggerated divergence where the price reaches the bottom and you do see the RSI making higher lows in the case of bullish. So I think it does have a chance to see some bullish momentum. I think Solana has a chance on this being a potential local bottom. Now, of course, we could break down, absolutely fail at this low and roll back down. Okay, it is a possibility, but so far not looking too bad. We're looking pretty good here on Solana for a potential reversal. Big BTC breaking out, possibly also bullish divergence on the 4 hourly. Yeah, that is correct. We did have the bullish divergence on the 4 hourly. This is correct. As you can see on the RSI, you know, we talked about this on yesterday's video. We have the lower lows, we have the higher lows. So probability here on getting a bounce. I did manage to make a long scalp at this region yesterday on the live stream. And yeah, it was very likely. I mean, this is the 1 hourly. You can take a look at the 2 hourly. You know, on these time frames that are very close to each other, 1 hourly, 2 hourly, 4 hourly, a lot of the times you do see the divergence on them as well, where you do see the lower lows on the price action, higher lows on RSI, and you finally get that bounce right from one of the last lows. We're getting heavily rejected right now. Let me just take a look at BTC here on the 30-minute, zoom in a little bit here with the volume. It's going to be very hard for BTC to get above this range. Very hard. But I think it is possible. we might consolidate here at this region and pop out. It's very, very possible. I do see a high probability on this happening. Andy, gold is dumping, bullish for Bitcoin. Can we see link, please? Also, how do you trade Matic in the short term? My friend, if Russia and Ukraine declare war, is it bullish or bearish? I know most of us will feel bearish, but in war, gold and oil will burst, right? Isn't Bitcoin referred as digital gold? Says nothing special, just a potato. I think so. This is the thing. It might have a good effect on Bitcoin, you know, if there's war, okay? It might have a good effect in Bitcoin. This is the thing. A lot of them are expecting a major stock market crash. But, you know, the thing is that usually in a war or something, it would be... It's very likely that stock markets will crash. And the thing is that Bitcoin does have correlation with S&P 500, Dow Jones, with traditional stocks. And, you know, if traditional stocks crash, it might drag Bitcoin down. But this is the thing. We haven't, you know, all of us here, I think, or at least 90% of us here in the comment section, we might have somebody that's, you know, over 90 years old and watching the channel. He's probably experienced the Second World War. And, you know, it all depends. We haven't experienced, you know, a 21st century war. We do not know how it's going to affect gold, you know, Bitcoin. Supposedly it would, gold and oil, like you said, will go up because this is already, you know, getting politics in the way. You know, we can already see, you know, Russia provides a huge amount of gas to Europe. I think gas prices will spike. I don't know. This is already getting into more into the politics, so not gonna touch that area. Right, let me take a look. I've read some comments here, and I'm not taking a look. Andy, gold is dumping. Right, let's take a look at gold. What's going on with gold? Gold is dropping. I mean, it's dropping because it has been going up here. Well, I've got this on the chart of gold. Gold is correcting, basically. You know, it's been pumping like crazy. You know, the entire month of February, it was trading at $1,800 an ounce back on the first week of February. And yeah, it's pumped $200, and that is a lot on gold. So it is dropping because it's just basically correcting, right? It needs a correction. Look at this. It's been going crazy up for the last few weeks. Expect a correction, of course. I'm bullish on gold. I've got some gold. It's always good to have some gold also. Right, let me go through the comment section here. I have Chainlink. How do I trade Matic in the short term? Well, how do you trade Matic? What kind of question is that? How do I trade Matic in the short term? Well, you just by, you know, looking at resistance support levels. Taking a look at Matic here on the 4 hourly, we could go to the daily, zoom out a little bit so you can see it a little bit clearly. This was a great call. We were calling about this getting a potential rejection from this major $2 level. We dropped all the way down to retest the lows. You get out here already if you shorted that. And we're also talking about the scenario of Matic potentially creating a double bottom because this is such a strong level. Now, looking at this ascending broadening wedge, it would make sense for the price to continue down. But you do see big support levels beneath us. You know, you got this higher low, major support. You did get that reaction here. You're getting that second reaction. This is super bullish, guys. This is super bullish in the case of coming from a bearish pattern, because this means that the bulls are defending this level. Now, you might think, okay, the more times you touch a support level, the more chances you do have in breaking it. But also coming from a big bearish pattern, you know, the more times you consolidate at a level and you don't manage to break it, the higher chances you do have in getting a potential reversal. So far, so good here on Matic. It's looking for a potential double bottom, in my personal opinion. Nice. I just bought Matic at 145. We were calling for 130, 140, in between 130 and 140 for Matic since the $2. You can take a look at the stream. It must have been on the 8th, in between the 7th and the 10th, where we were at this area. This was mentioned on a live stream. I remember very, very much, because we were hitting that level. We got the ascending Browning wedge, that level over here. It was a great shorting. And where do you get your profits? At these lows. And that played out beautifully right there. So we were calling for a Matic in between 130 and 140, and we did actually hit what was the lows here? 134. So just in the middle from the potential prediction. Happy that I currently work in Polygon Matic. Wow, that's absolutely great. Hit the like button, says Joseph. Thank you, Joseph, for the insane support. Right, let's take a look here at the comment section. What do you think about eGold? I think eGold is a great blockchain project. I think it's also going to do well. Right. Do you think Bitcoin is in a bull or a bear market now? It has been in a bull. Well, the trend is currently to the downside. If we take a look at Bitcoin on the daily, you know, this is a bear market, right? This has been a bear market since November. It's very hard to, since November, but you don't actually see a bear market till you lose this low, right? This last higher low from this pump, right? And once you break it and think you're a bear market, you're suddenly bullish, right? So it's hard to say, but I would say, like I said a few weeks ago, we are potentially creating a bullish trend for the next coming weeks, maybe a couple of months, maybe a year, maybe the entire of 2022. But like I said, I think we are creating a new bullish trend in the immediate short term. We have been trading down. You are technically creating still pretty aggressive lower highs, because this hasn't been a successful breakout from this last lower high, but it has been from this one, because this has still been a kind of consolidation, right? Lower high. This is where we're getting that reaction. So, you know, the probabilities of us getting a bounce here is I think it's very, very high from this. You know, this has just been a retracement from this. And if we, you know, I really like this kind of price action. I think this is pretty bullish, because there's the possibility in creating a new higher low right there. And this is only telling me that the bullish momentum could have steam to even reach the 46k levels and attempt to break it. Now, the goal for the bulls right now is to come up and retest the 46k. So I can see 46k in the next coming weeks. It is possible. Bulls have already defended this range, the 36k. So I would say bullish trend, bullish market in the short term. 39.2k has huge VPVR level. Let's take a look at VPVR level. I like to take a look at it on a Bybit. Let's take a look on the 1 hourly, on the 4 hourly VPVR level on the 39k. 39.2k. Yeah, it's the very end of the kind of big mountain, right? If we do manage to successfully break above 39.2k, like you said, approximately, it's like the very end of this big mountain. We could have big bullish momentum all the way up to about 41k, where we start to have big VPVR. Look at the gap here. The gap is absolutely insane. No traded volume in between that range, because the price sliced through it right there. Look at this, how the price just went straight down, straight up, and we just scroll down here easily. We could absolutely slice through this range because there's no volume traded on the VPVR. There's not much resistance above you know, 39.5. You know, you could see that volatility hitting, you know, 39.5 and getting rejected. Of course, we do see a lot of fake outs, just like we saw here. Look at this. We got the VPVR right there. Look at the price. The price pumped from 44k, where we have the strongest level on the VPVR, the very last bit, and it pumped all the way up to almost 46k. So you could have a $2,000 pump from this range and then get massively, you know, rejected. It could be big fake outs. It would be interesting to see how we react to that 39, 40k level in the next coming hours and days. But so far, so good, guys. I've got this bullish pattern that we talked about. The harmonics are really strong. I think this could play out beautifully and hit that 40k in the next coming days, hours, potentially. I've taken a look at Solana already, just a few minutes ago. Just right. Are you still bullish on KASTA or agree it was a pump and dump? I mean, big things are coming for KASTA, guys. This is, you know, this is just like Cardano, other projects, you know, where it's still a promise, but it's a work, it's a development that's, you know, it's gonna come out, and there's huge businesses that will adopt KASTA. And I mean, I'm already giving too much information here, but it will be very, very big. Don't be surprised to see KASTA, you know, absolutely flying. Application will be out, and there's going to be a lot of interest, guys. You need to be interested when people are not interested. I know the team, you know the team. The marketing is going to be insane still. Big marketing is coming. You know, this space is all about marketing as well. The whole world is all about marketing, okay? If you want to be successful. And, you know, I'm telling you, the marketing will be absolutely huge on this. It's been huge for the launch. People are a little bit disappointed because application's not out. KASTA token is just a token right now, but big things are coming. And this is almost a guarantee, guys. Big things are coming for KASTA. I'm telling you, the marketing behind this is going to be huge. Don't be surprised when, you know, you have some big companies using KASTA for payments and stuff like that. Anyway, yes. Please, how do you see Ethereum for a short time? Let's take a look at Ethereum in the short time frame. What's going on with Ethereum? Is it looking bullish, bearish? What is going on? Volume is extremely low here on Bybit on Ethereum. Let me just check out Coinbase. There's a little bit more volume here on Coinbase, but not much. Anyway, like I said here, well, a long time since I haven't analyzed Ethereum. We do have very strong resistance at $2,800 on Ethereum. I would be a little bit cautious on this. This does look like a kind of a harmonic pattern also, and you are getting that bounce. But yeah, this bounce could only happen to the 382 or to the 618. 382 is already just below 2,800. I mean, this is the thing. 2,800 is a big resistance right now for Ethereum, but I think we could slice through, just like we sliced through right here. We did react. We got a bounce right there. We had a lower high. We might react to this level, but I am bullish. I mean, I love this kind of higher low potential momentum here for a potential, you know, big reversal. I would stay cautious. Let's see how we react to this level on 2,800. All depending on Bitcoin, of course. Okay, I mean, I focus on Bitcoin analysis, and Bitcoin looks pretty bullish, at least till 40k levels, at least to the sub 40k range, and it looks pretty bullish. Right, guys, 400 watching. Make sure to smash up the like button. It would have been nice for a day trade right here on Bitcoin. Stay cautious, guys. Stay safe. My trading scalp was this range. If we would have retraced, we could retrace from now. Let's see how we retrace. If we retrace with low volume, we have low volume over here. We have consolidation. It might be a long scalping day trade opportunity. Not much to add here on Bitcoin. We're just having that bullish momentum. Let's see how we react in the next coming hours. Stay cautious, guys. If you're interested in trading, check out Bybit. You get the best deals down below. You get an insane bonus and fee discount. On PrimeXBT, you also get a great bonus. It's 7% added to your deposit, okay? Full tutorials down below. Check out Bitcoinsensus website. Totally free information here. You get the latest news, latest technical analysis, ideas, also bullish and bearish to see some major levels. Popular law firm in UK starts accepting crypto as payments. Want to read the latest news? Check it out, guys. It's in the Bitcoinsensus website down below. Smash up the like button. Join all the socials for crypto news, technical analysis, information down below, guys. Thank you very much for joining the live stream, and I will see you in the next one.